Welcome everyone to this month's Astro Colorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. So the idea of the Astro Colorscope is that in a moment I'm going to pick 3 crystals from my crystal bag. I'll throw them into a circle of 12 houses. We'll see which houses the crystals are aligned with. Then I'll read the crystal energy, the colors, and the house energy that they're in. I'll also take a bead from my bead bag just to see what the influence of an extra piece of color is. Then the third thing is I'll take a card from the Voyager deck and I will ask you to take a look at the card. Hopefully you'll be able to see it properly. And I'll ask you to see which image in the card you're most attracted to, and what that image means for you. I'll be looking at the card as well and letting you know what I feel the influence is. So before we get started on your crystals, I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on this September with the astrological influences. So this is kind of a big month for aspects in the heavens. There is a sense of a shift, of a change, and it's almost like I almost feel like a breakthrough month for all of us. So from the 1st onward, there is a Venus-Mars conjunct, and it almost feels like it's a start of a breakthrough energy. Then on the 5th, the Sun is trine Pluto, and it feels like you're going to find something. And it might be that you find lost love. On the 6th, Venus goes direct. It's been retrograde for at least the last month, 6 weeks. There's a sense of not only finding something, but maybe finding that love for someone else, but also for yourself. It's almost like you've been looking for something, and it could have been that you've been looking outside of yourself, but I also feel if you've been looking inside, maybe for an idea, not necessarily love, it could be an idea, maybe a business idea. It might be that you'll find your fabulous home that you wanted, but it's because something is shifting within you. So then around the 8th, Mars and Uranus are trine, and that Mars energy is very much about passion. So we started out the month with Mars and Venus conjunct. So it's almost like there's a big influence of Mars, at least to me, for that first week of September. So I feel that there's passion. I feel that with Venus becoming direct, there's a lot of love energy that's starting to come out. So it almost feels like there's a big breakthrough, a dam that's opening up. Lots of love, lots of passion, lots of activity. And then the 9th, Mercury is square Pluto, and it feels like that's an upset, that there's going to be some criticism maybe, and it's not necessarily somebody being critical of you. It may be that you're criticizing yourself or criticizing others. It just feels like there's a sense of criticism that comes up around that time. Then the 17th, Mercury goes retrograde. We know what happens with that, right? So communication goes a little bit off. But at the same time, Saturn moves into Sagittarius. Jupiter is opposing Neptune. And it feels like this is a wake-up time. It feels like there's a wake-up to reality. And that communication, it almost feels like you can no longer access something that you've been pretending has been in your life. So it's almost like you can no longer access that, and you can no longer pretend anymore. So your imagination, it's not that your imagination is going, it's just that what you've imagined to be true, what you've imagined to be your reality is no longer a part of your life. That's what I feel that energy is all around. So then there is that breakthrough. There's Pluto moves into direct. It's in Capricorn on the 24th. Get my words right here, and there's a feeling with that. That is a planet of transformation, and I feel almost as if again we're moving through this big breakthrough wake up call the whole of the month. It's almost like we're shaken awake with that, and then on the 27th. there is a supermoon, and this supermoon, there's a lunar eclipse that goes with this supermoon, and I feel, again, it's in Aries, so I feel that Mars energy is really coming through, and it, you know, there is still a feeling of a breakthrough, like something is breaking out, and it doesn't have to be negative. It can be really, really positive, but I feel as if whatever illusions you've had or whatever you've been playing with, you now have to get serious, and the illusions are no longer there, and it's almost like you are suddenly coming alive. So if you imagine, what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing this doll. So if you imagine you've been a doll, you've been like Pinocchio or something, and then suddenly you become a person. So that's the sense of it. That's the kind of movement of the energy through the whole month. There is a partial solar eclipse on the 13th, and of course that is around that fabulous new moon as well. So with the new moon in Virgo, it feels like you are making your wishes now, and those wishes are for the long-term future, that this is not about a quick fix, that this is a long-term energy. What is it you want in the next 5 years? And that's what it feels like. Ooh. That's what it feels like that new moon is about, and then the full moon is that culmination. It almost, again, feels like you are breaking out, you're breaking free. So it could be that you're breaking free of a relationship, but it could also, I really feel that it's breaking free of illusions. I felt this little shiver. When I get shivers, it's usually about the truth. Okay, so now remember, I offer different consultations on my website, sealedwithlove.com. You can get card readings or intuitive soul guidance, all kinds of different things. You can also have a crystal gem reading as well. Now, before we get onto your crystals, remember to subscribe to my love letter at bit.ly/color kit. You'll get a free gift of a fabulous color kit. You can find out all your true colors in that color kit. Okay, so let's get started with your crystals. Okay, Gemini, so for you, you have this gorgeous piece of kimberlite that went into your 5th house. And it's hard to see here, but kimberlite, it's kind of a dark green. It has all kinds of different stones in it. Garnet, diamond, olivine, chrome dioxide. There's all kinds of different stones. The 5th house is about fun and creativity and connecting to your friends and just having a good time. Relationships come in there as well. So I feel that it's about your journey. It's about your journey through life. And to me, because there's so much that's going on in this stone, this is saying that there's a lot going on for you this month. This is a great time. Lots of journeys, lots of trips, lots of adventures, connections with people, connections with friends. Creativity is at its peak as well. And this is a fire energy. In this particular stone, you have another fire energy that's coming up as well. So lots of fire, lots of ambition, lots of passion. But from a health perspective, I'm just being told, from a health perspective, you may need to calm that passion down. So you might just need to meditate this month, or drink lots of water, or drink lots of cranberry juice if you know there's too much hot stuff going on in your system. Drink something that cools and calms. Lemon juice is great for cleansing your system. So it just feels that you might have a little bit too much fire, but you're going to have a great time at the same time. So just have some balance in that. Then in your 7th house went this fabulous piece of charoite. And charoite teaches you to be in the present moment. It went into the 7th house of relationships. So feel that this is about maybe not overthinking things, not thinking too much about the relationships that you're in, and think more about who you are in that relationship. Because it's violet, there's very much an energy of transformation. So something is changing in your relationship. particularly past relationships. This helps you to focus on your life purpose. And because it went into that area of relationships, part of your life purpose may well be that you need to be with other people. So if you are an entrepreneur and you're by yourself, if you're self-employed and you don't really connect to people, I feel that this is telling you that it's time to start reaching out and making connections, making relationships, because they are going to help you with your job, with your career, with your purpose as well. I'm being told with the violet that there is an essence of faith, to have faith in yourself and your abilities. Also to trust that your intuition, your psychic energy, your whatever is coming to you through your heart is going to be true. I'm also getting an essence of spirituality that's coming in with this as well. You may be making more friends that are spiritually inclined, and this feels good. It feels like they're going to impact your career as well and other relationships. Then the final stone is peacock or chalcopyrite, and it's chalcopyrite, and it's just this gorgeous, vibrant piece of blue-green energy that's going into your 12th house. Your 12th house can be a karmic house. It can be about enemies, and it's a Pisces house generally. So there can be a lot of imagination that's in there, and dreams, hopes and dreams. Chalcopyrite is a fire stone. So it's a fire of truth because of the blue. So I feel almost as if, those relationships, because you've got the 7th house charoite there, I feel that the relationships, it's almost like you're gonna see some relationships for the truth that they really are. You're gonna see who is the right person to be with you and who is the wrong person to be with you. You're gonna see which relationships really support your passion, really support who you are, your path, and the relationships that don't. So I feel that, this is good though, because the stone is very bright and vibrant, and there's almost a sense of you letting go of relationships that just don't serve anymore. I also feel, just one last thing with this particular stone, I also feel that you may look for a way to find someone who will help you to heal. There's almost a sense of speaking, like therapy, psychotherapy, other kinds of therapy that are speech therapies. So you're not just lying down having healing. There's more of a sense of you talking to someone, talking it out, maybe having life coaching, this kind of thing. That's what comes to me with this particular stone. It feels like it's going to be beneficial for you this month at least, and maybe beyond this month. Yeah, okay. So the final, oopsie daisy, so the color that came up for you is turquoise. So you also have turquoise within this stone as well, so that blue energy. So communication is very important for you this month. There's a great deal of back and forth with relationships, with friends, adventures, all kinds of wonderful things that are going on for you. But I feel that you're going to be doing a lot of talking, a lot of communication, and I feel like you're going to be a little bit tired with it as well. So, don't waste your breath, don't waste your time, don't try to sell something to someone. You don't need to do it. I'm getting a health thing again with this, and there's almost a sense again of talking to someone about what's going on with you mentally, emotionally, spiritually and physically, so that person is going to recommend something to you. They're going to help you. So use your intuition to reach out to the right person that you feel can give you some guidance. Yeah. And again, there's this stone which is in your relationship house. So there's somebody going to help you with a shift, with a change, with a transformation. You're not going to do it by yourself. Now, the card for you is this beautiful card, which is usually it's a strength card, and it's a Leo energy. So take a look at that card. See if there's anything in it that really attracts you at this moment. And ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? So when I look at this card, I see the Leo. That's why I was focusing on it. I see the lion. So this is about strength, but I feel that part of that lion has been covered up. So it's almost like you are finding your strength, but physically I feel that you need to either take something or do something that's going to give you a little bit more oomph this month, because you're putting a lot out there, that's for sure. I also feel with this, again, that you're going to find some truth, and you're going to let go once you find that truth of something or someone out of your life, and then you're going to be healthier as a consequence. I can feel that you're lighter as a consequence. There's a feeling of freedom that comes from it as well. Now, with all of these stones, there's a sense of purpose, that this is a really purposeful month for you. It's jam-packed full of stuff. But I feel that within that stuff, you're going to find some kind of truth, and that truth is linked with your life purpose, with your soul purpose. And I'm not so sure it's going to spark you taking that journey of your life purpose, of your soul purpose. But I feel almost as if an idea is going to start brewing from this truth. And with that, there's a new path for you that's coming up, October, November time. This new path, it's almost like a new vision, or it could just be a new way of looking at yourself, even a new wardrobe, a new haircut. There's something that shifts, and it's connected to your life purpose. Life purpose does not have to be your career. It can be something completely different, and it could be about loving yourself and learning to love yourself. Whatever it is, I feel that it's solidifying in the next few months, because you find something that connects to the truth, and that truth comes from within you. Okay, that's it for this month's Astro Colorscope. I hope you enjoyed it. Do please give it a thumbs up if you did. Share it with your friends, and you can share it by email too. Let me know in the comments below if the messages resonated. And remember, you can grab my free color kit, find out your true colors at bit.ly/color kit. I will see you next week. Lots of coloricious blessings. Bye.